What's up, guys? I wanted to bring a little video and kind of explain to you what's going on, show you this build I'm doing, and talk about it a little bit. Yeah, so a lot of people have comments and questions and want to say, why would I spend that kind of money when I could buy a turtle box? Well, guys, these aren't as cheap to build as some people think. Like this particular one I'm fixing to show you, I've got a lot of time in it. And if I was to charge by the hour, honestly, I wouldn't be able to sell them because nobody would want to pay the price. So what I do, and a lot of builders do, is they charge by a percentage of the price that they have in the box, in the build. So whatever the parts is, add all that together and you do a percentage of it and get your labor out of it. And guys, I promise you that's a whole lot cheaper than paying labor on an hourly rate. Now some of these cheaper builds that you do, I say cheaper and simpler builds, there's a lot less to them, so there's a lot less time involved. But I'll show you this one here and the problem I run into and how I fixed it. And you'll kind of see why some of these cost what they do. Alright, part 2. So this is the build that I'm currently working on. Power base 6x9. Sounds good. And you see the build. So we have our outlets and everything. Just like this box here. Your voltage meters. Your on and off switch. 12 volt plug-in, and USB and stuff for phone charger or whatnot. So this one's a slightly different. It has 2 eagle-eye lights on the front. That one, you've probably seen it. It's got a light on the side. But let me show you what's going on here as quick as I can. So I had all this hooked up, and not this particular one, but another one that I have. I burnt. This light quit on me twice, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, and that one started blinking. And then it dawned on me. I wonder if they're 12 volt lights, because I'm running them off the battery on a switch. And this battery, we call it a 24 volt, but it puts out about over 28 volts fully charged. So they was getting 28 volts to the lights and to all this stuff here. Now the phone charger, the USB stuff, is supposed to be regulated, so it should be okay. And even though this is a 12 or 24 volt ordeal here, outlet panel, you was getting whatever volts the battery had to your 12 volt outlet, and I didn't like that. Part 3. So what I did is I come in and I added another buck converter. So now you have one buck converter set at 24 volts for your amp. That way you can get as much power as you can out of it. And one set at 12 volts to run the 12 volt stuff. So now all this is on 12 volts except my voltage meter. I wanted it to read whatever the battery's reading so you could keep an eye on it from the outside of the box. Lights is on 12 volts, so shouldn't have any more problems with that. And guys, we had to add another switch and a lot of wiring changes to make this work. But you can see the wiring, guys, and it's cleaned up. It's pretty clean. It's a lot of time going in this box. So that's why they cost what they do. One, the parts is expensive. And like I said, the labor would do a set rate percentage off the build. The parts, for the build, not an hourly rate. Because that would definitely be hard to sell the boxes. It would be crazy expensive. But guys, these are nice. And another advantage over a turtle box is box goes out. If something happens to it within a year and your warranty, or after a year and your warranty's out, good luck trying to get in the box and replace parts and stuff like that. There's not a whole lot of information out there. I've looked, but I can't tell if the boxes if you're able to take them apart without messing anything up. If you can buy the parts, I have no idea, but from what I can tell, a lot of people that has had issues. Some people's had their box for a long time, no problems, and they seem to be a well-built box. I'm not talking them down, but what I'm saying, guys, is with stuff like this, if your amp quits, you can take the amp off. Look at it, just comes off, and it's harder to come off than that appeared to be. Don't worry about it falling off, it's not going to. But you can take your amp off, get another amp, bada bing, bada boom. If you don't know what's going on, it depends on how long you've had the box and whatnot. But me or other people that's doing boxes wouldn't mind helping get it fixed. So that's one thing with these boxes, guys. The parts is replaceable, they're not overly expensive, and you should be going for a long time. And it's a nice build, and it's locally built. So I hope that kind of answers a lot of questions. If not, hit me up.